Hello everyone from Lolo, Montana at Dunrovin Ranch. We welcome you back to the 2019 Equine Art Extravaganza. This is our third year and we are very delighted to have both some returned artists and some new artists participating in our painted pony contest. As you all know, this is a fundraising event, and this year we are raising money for youth homes here in Missoula. They make sure that every child has a nurturing place to go, either through foster family care or through adoption. And this is a cause that is near and dear to me, because the truth is my mother was raised in an orphanage. And so this just makes my heart warm to think that we can partner with a group that has this kind of focus. It's been a cloudy morning, but the sun is starting to peek through, and I don't think it's going to rain. Unlike past years, it's not terribly hot, which is great. I'd like to thank the people from NCAT who are here filming and who are operating our web cameras while our tech guru, James, is attending a wedding in California. And I also want to thank Kelly, who's wandering around here. Most of you know Kelly. Everybody's got their shoulder to the wheel to make sure this is a great event. So I'd like to begin by introducing the artists and having them talk about their past and what they hope to achieve with their artwork this year. All right, Georgine. Your name is Georgine Lisa Archer. And how did you find out about us, Georgine? The camera's right over there, so you don't mind looking that way.
So I had gotten information online from an artist group, Artists Along the Bitterroot, that I belong to. And just for the heck of it, I decided to enter. I saw the theme was an equestrian waltz, and I came up with horse waltz with gossamer wings. And so I'm a silk artist, so he will have silk wings, and we have notes on him to represent a waltz.
And tell us something about your past. You have a very eclectic and interesting past. First of all, are you from New York?
I'm from New Jersey. I worked in New York City in the fashion industry for many years, and then went into interior decorating and doing windows for various companies, JCPenney's, the Playboy Club, and several other small little entities that I did.
So what brought you to Montana? That's quite a leap from New York City.
It is. My husband and I moved here in '01, and we never looked back. We moved to Bitterroot Valley. I have a brother that's been here for many, many years, so we knew the area and decided to move here. And then I started my silk business.
I heard something about granola bars. Granola bars, yogurt, and
So tell us what you expected in terms of painting the horse and what surprised you.
Well, I've never done a live horse, so this is very different from me, very different from silk, because silk is very forgiving, and it's a different paint and everything is technically totally different.
And it's a very big canvas.
It's a beautiful canvas. Rocket is a beautiful boy.
He is a wonderful boy. Has he been behaving for you?
He has been lovely.
That's great.
He's lovely. I love him to death.
Well, we're really pleased to have you here.
Thank you. This is my first time, too.
Yes. And we're just thrilled what you're doing here with the rocket. And I hope that you come away from here with a greater appreciation of what horses are.
Yes, thank you. I will. Thank you very much. And I have a lovely helper, Diane, who's doing a beautiful job at doing the mane and the tongue. And so everything's been fun.
Well, Georgine, good luck in the contest.
Thank you.
And remember, it will be online. All the results of this will be online starting tomorrow. And you can vote for your favorite horse by going to DunrovinRanchMontana.com and clicking on the Equine Art Extravaganza and pay $5 to cast a vote. That's all part of our fundraising effort.
It's well worth it.
Yes.
Well worth it. Please vote. Vote.
Yeah, vote for Rocket.
Vote for Rocket.
Jackie. It's a pleasure to have you.
You too. Thank
Okay, let's get him back. Maybe we should walk him around because we was given a little artist last year. Who did you paint last year?
I painted Rocket.
Rocket. Yeah, so he's being painted by another person.
Yeah, he's such a good boy.
He is a good boy. Yeah. And Isabel is from Cali, Colombia, and I happen to have stayed in Cali, Colombia, and Colombia is just a vibrant, colorful country. I mean, you come away with colors, and I think that's part of your theme. Is it
Oh,
not?
absolutely. It's part of my style, especially my hometown. It's a tropical country. It's super colorful. The people are very happy, and we have a big music industry there. So the theme of the Equestrian Waltz was kind of right up my alley.
And so what exactly was your concept?
So this concept is called Solar Concerto. The concept is called Solar Concerto, and it unites kind of both of my passions, which are art and horses. And like I mentioned before, my hometown is a big salsa music industry, where the waltz, had a certain influence on it, in the early times. And solar, because my hometown is tropical and super sunny and super tropical and bright year round. So I kind of wanted to, combine all those things, plus my love for horses, in this painting, in this speech.
You're just the right combination of art and your horseback, and I see on your shirt that you're part of the Rocky Mountain College, which is Montana State University in Berlin.
No, that's Rocky Mountain College.
Yeah.
But it's not part of Montana State. It's
not
completely
NSU building.
no, ma'am. But yeah, it was briefly part of their equestrian team.
And you still train horses, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Very good. Well, since last year was your first year, I'd like you to tell me what surprises you encountered in painting the horses as opposed to anything else that you've done with horses. And you've done a lot.
Well, it's, I've done all kinds of things. Honestly, my favorite thing to do is training the babies.
Yeah.
Like cold training, starting them, and once you get to combine both your passions, it's kind of a match made in heaven. So it's pretty interesting how I get to paint on a horse, and it's fun watching how the paint and your style behaves on a canvas that likes to move. Sometimes a little bit too much.
It's not a flat canvas either.
No, it's not flat. It's kind of hairy. So you have to take that into consideration. But I love doing different things, and I'm so happy I got invited back because I had so much fun last time, and it allows me to experiment with different things and what would work best on a horse surface, or it just allows me to experiment with different styles and different techniques when I get these adorable canvases to work with.
Well, thank you for coming back, Isabel. It's a great pleasure to have you back. And again, I'm going to remind people, you can vote for Isabel's creation on Mr. Flynn here by going to our website. That's dunrovenranchmontana.com. Go to the Equine Art Extravaganza, and if you donate $5 to our cause, you can cast a vote for Flynn and Isabel. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Suzanne.
And you were born in Florida, is that not correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I was Gainesville, Florida. I'm a Gator.
You're a
University
Gator.
of Florida Gator.
Okay. And then you have an MA in wildlife. Do you
In
have
a BA in wildlife biology.
And what prompted that?
Well, I just always wanted to work with dolphins.
Yes.
So, but there's a lot of work that goes into it before you get to the dolphins.
And where did you find what enamored you about dolphins? Where were you when you fell in love with dolphins?
Oh, well, I was a swimmer.
A swimmer.
And so I just kind of traveled all over, and my dad still lived in Florida, so I got to swim in the ocean and just, I don't know. I think it kind of actually evolved with me working with Greenpeace.
Oh, yeah.
When I was in middle school and high school. And remember when it's like the 80s, and they wanted to make sure you cut the holes in the plastic to hold the cans together because the bottlenose dolphins would get their noses in there. So it's when I kind of got into preservation and conservation with animals. So kind of down that road.
And now you have an MFA from the
A
University
BFA in
Yes.
art.
And how did you come to Montana from the East Coast?
I had a friend who did an exchange at the University of Montana that was going to Maine, and he was also in wildlife biology, and he came back from a semester in Missoula, and he was enamored
Yeah.
at how beautiful and how it was kind of like Maine, and just the rivers and the woods and hi sweetie and all of those things. And so I thought I packed up my dog in my car and I drove out to Montana in 1994
By yourself.
by myself and
Yeah.
showed up in Missoula.
Yeah. And you've stayed
And
ever since.
I've moved north.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Kalispell now. Mm-hmm. And so how did you find out about our contest and what prompted you to come?
well, I get an email from the Montana Arts Council every month
Yeah.
of opportunities for artists around the whole country.
Yeah.
And I saw this particular opportunity, and with my love of animals and my love of art, that is just too cute. I decided that I would love to be a part of it. So I applied and just gave my idea and was thrilled to get chosen. So
She was born here. This is my gal.
Yeah,
You can
she's
tell she
she's
and I are pretty
sweet
close
girl.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're friends. And so I'd like to hear about the concept, your interpretation of the equestrian waltz and how you are depicting that on the lovely Lady Lanza.
Sure. So I grew up in the city because I wasn't really involved with horses, but my daughter rides, and she loves horses, and I've always thought horses were the closest to heaven as far as God's creatures. And so I was thinking of kind of guardian angels and things that creations around here, and so I thought about butterflies, which were also kind of an angel among us. When we see one in their peacefulness and their she's itchy. I'm itchy. I'm gonna itch.
There you go. Okay.
And so I thought to combine my love of conservation and preservation with National Geographic that I teach now for. I love you too. That I would put butterflies on a horse and called it Angels Among Us, because that's
Yeah.
what I kind of feel like when I'm around both of those creatures.
Yeah, butterflies definitely give you that feeling of something heavenly, don't they?
They really do.
And
Yeah.
what a beautiful color on her, the blue. Is
Yes.
just
Well,
gorgeous.
it's just an ethereal, really color, and I love the blue butterflies of Australia and around the world. So I, kind of combined that conservation of blue butterflies onto Lady Lanza,
That's great.
and it looks beautiful on her.
I think so too. It is gorgeous. And remember, you can vote for Jennifer and Lady Lanza. Go to our website, DunRover&RanchMontana.com. Click on the Equine Art Extravaganza and pay your $5 and cast a vote. It's all going to go to a good cause to Montana youth homes and for foster kids and getting kids adopted. So, yeah, thank you
And
for
I have
coming.
a great helper today.
Yes, come on
Melissa,
over here.
Come on over, Melissa.
Come on,
She's
Melissa.
also a teacher in Kalispell, and she's graciously accepted my proposal to help with Lady Lanza. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The camera's right there. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Melissa?
Well, I am a teacher. I teach middle school science and history, but I do have a minor in art, and I love art. And Jennifer's one of my close friends, so I didn't say no.
Thank goodness.
So,
You got a
yeah.
lot of willpower, but no won't power.
That's right. That's right. It's tough. It's
That's
tough
what
to
my
say
father
no.
used to
Oh, that's
My
good.
father used to tell me that, Suzanne, you're full of willpower, but there's no won't power in you.
Exactly. There's a lot of things I won't do. So,
That's right.
yeah. So so we're here, and it's the most fun ever.
And
So-
she wasn't really comfortable around horses,
Right.
so we practiced a little bit in Kalispell, and now she's doing great.
Yes, I'm working on it.
They're
Lady Lanza.
sweethearts. They can be real sweet. They're big. surely. But
Yes.
they're sweethearts.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm becoming more comfortable.
Good. Well, that's
So-
good. I hope that that's what you walk away with is a better appreciation for the kind of partnerships that people can make with a horse.
Absolutely.
And through many different media, through riding, through training, through just walking with them, just being with them or painting
Brushing them.
Yep.
Brushing them.
Just
yeah.
being around them.
Yeah,
It's pretty
exactly.
special.
Well, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you both for coming very
Thank
much. You
you
feel
for having
comfortable
us.
taking her back and tying her?
Absolutely, yeah,
All right, that's
okay.
great. All right, I'm pleased to introduce Bobby Almer, and she is from Missoula, 9 Mile actually, right?
9 Mile, yes,
9 Mile, well,
outside of
just a
Missoula.
little bit north of Missoula.
Yep, northwest.
And you used to paint for food products, did you not, Bobby?
Well, actually, I had a business called The Art of Good Food, and it was organic soup mixes and salad dressing mixes, which I put my art on. So, yeah.
So you were on the package. Your art was
Right.
printed up on the packages.
That's
and
right.
These were different companies in different places?
Nope,
across-
that was my own company.
Your own company?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
had
great.
developed it all.
Great. And you now teach painting, do you not?
I do. I've been teaching painting now for about 20 years. And I started out individually, and now I do it through the Lifelong Learning Center or private lessons. So.
And we've talked about having a workshop out here sometime, and I'd like to get that going when the opportunity presents itself. We got a little busy this year, but
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm here.
Yeah.
I live here. I love it here. So
And last year you painted Mystery, did you not?
we did.
Yes,
We loved Mystery. He was such a good horse.
And what about Whiskey?
Whiskey is a little dancer. We love Whiskey too, but he likes to dance around, just outside the reach of the paintbrush.
Yeah, he's a mover. People who ride him know that he wants to get out and move. So would you like to introduce your very able assistant?
This is my assistant who keeps growing every year. She's now as tall as I am almost.
Just as on cue, he moves, you see.
Yes, okay.
We were talking
Little
about him
dancer
moving.
there.
Yeah, Mr. Dancer.
Well, and that's fitting. I'll go back to my assistant here first. This
Yes.
is Hildy Hamilton. She's my granddaughter.
Welcome back, Hildy.
Yeah, she was my assistant last year, and she begged me from early this year to find out about this to make sure that we got involved again this year.
You
So
had a good time.
yeah, we did. We had a great
what's
time.
different this year in terms of your experience?
Different horse, different theme. Definitely different design.
Yeah, and the design was a lot of Hildy. She plays the violin, and so she had been playing the Tchaikovsky Waltz of the Flowers. And when we realized that the theme was Equestrian Waltz, it just fit right in with that. And so she was ready to go with the design.
So this depicts Tchaikovsky's Waltz of the Flowers. How
it
beautiful.
will eventually when we get finished with it. But
It's a big canvas.
it is.
Yes. So remember, everyone, that you can vote for Whiskey and the Waltz of the Flowers and Bobby and her able assistant, Hildy, by going to our website and donating $5 to a very good cause and casting your vote.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. Welcome back.
Thank you
we
very
very
much.
much enjoy having you.
Thank you.
You're a young gal. I think you're the youngest artist that we've ever had. Can you give us your full name?
Sylvia Samara Stella.
Okay, great. And in your bio, you said you were born into a very creative family, and art has been part of your life since the beginning. Is that right? Mm-hmm. And what kind of art are you normally involved with?
Painting, ceramics, drawing, pretty much any art you can think of.
Digital art.
Oh, yep, digital art as well.
I saw that. Let's talk about that a little bit. You've gotten involved with MAPS, right? Mm-hmm. And what does MAPS stand for?
Maps Media Institute.
Okay. And so it's computer art, correct? And you're enjoying that?
Yes.
Okay, that's wonderful. And would you like to introduce your very able assistant?
My mom, Stephanie Hicks.
Hi.
Stephanie? Is that
Stephanie, yeah.
That's great. So did the horse live up or down to your expectations? What were your expectations of painting on a horse?
It's pretty much the same as I would imagine it, to be honest. So,
So are you enjoying it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does he move too much for you?
no, not really.
Oh, that's great. So would you like to tell us about your concept in terms of interpreting the equestrian waltz? How did you design what you've designed, and how does it relate to. Oh, very good. Now hold it up very calmly for a little bit of time so that they can focus on it and they'll get right on it. So this is a plastic horse, right?
A Breyer horse.
A Breyer horse. Yeah, Breyer makes a whole herd of different horse models. They're very famous for that. So you practiced on a Breyer horse, and what motivated you to come to this color scheme and just?
Sometimes I just kind of mess with it, and then I just come up with random ideas, to be honest. So
She puts her headphones on and then gets into it. So with this one, she was kind of thinking about the concept that you guys had, and we were visiting about it because I kind of helped her write her bio a little bit. So when I asked her how, with your theme of equestrian waltz, how it would go into the tree painting, she was talking about how horses can prance through a forest like they're waltzing, and the way that the trees move, it's kind of a mystic forest. And so it just reminded her of how horses move and prance within that mystic waltz within a forest. So she applied that onto her horse because she has tons of horses in her bedroom that she works on at the ceramic shop. And
So do you own a real horse?
no, sadly.
she wants one now.
Well, you'll have to come back someday and ride Raz. We'd like to have that.
She'd love that.
So, well, welcome, number one. It's a delight to have you here, and I'm very glad that Raz is being a good boy for you. He's a sweet little horse, but he can move too. I'm sure you've noticed that. So remember, everyone, you can go on our website at DunRovenRanchMontana.com and click on Equine Art Extravaganza so you can vote for Sylvia and
She
her.
has a lot of people backing her up today. We've been spreading the word about this event to everybody at the ceramic shop because I own a slip clay ceramic studio. So everybody that comes in sees Sylvia and sees her art, and so they've kind of been watching her painting, and so we spread the word, and she's got a whole bucket of people behind her today that are ready to vote for her and support her in this. So
That's wonderful. Everything will be up on the web by tomorrow evening.
Cool.
We have to wait for the photos, which we'll be taking later. Every horse gets his photo taken in various positions. But everything will be up on the web tomorrow, so you can start tomorrow evening the voting process, and it goes for a week.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I think people already today have started donating. They've
Yes,
been
we
messaging
had.
me
I
today.
saw that. I saw that.
So people today have already been donating and voting for Sylvia too. So
That's great.
Yep.
Well, we're really glad to have you. And welcome to Dunroven Ranch.
yeah, we've had fun today.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
All right. With me now, I have Rebecca Canane. Is that right? Canane?
Yes.
Yes. And Rebecca is a homegrown Montana from Shoto, which is along the Rocky Mountain front. That's where she was born, and she now lives in Ulm. Is that correct?
That is correct, yep.
And that's near Great Falls, Montana. And your Montana heritage is an important part of your art, is it not, Rebecca?
Absolutely. Being born and raised here and traveling throughout the whole state, it's just part of you. And I've even heard people say that when they weren't born here. You know, you get a lot of people that move here and then they fall in love with the place. And I think it probably means even more when you've been here your whole life, though. Definitely.
I agree. It gets into your soul, and I assume that just comes right out in your art.
Definitely, yes.
And don't you sort of specialize in animal art, wildlife?
I do. I'm a professional Montana North American wildlife painter. I work with acrylics and I paint on canvas, and I do all my own framing, and I do sell on my website and Facebook, and I do have a studio in my home now that I work out of.
And those contacts and those links are on our website, or you just go to Rebecca's photo under the Equine Art Extravaganza, and you will find all those links. So tell us what concept you decided to depict on Mystery. You know, Mystery's a young guy, but he's pretty good. He
is.
Yeah.
You can tell he's kind of still like a little teenager or
yeah,
young
he
man
is.
or
Got to
something,
move
isn't he?
around. Yeah. So tell us how you're interpreting the equine waltz on Mystery.
Well, I did a little bit of reading on the waltz dance itself, and it was something that I was kind of already familiar with, having taken a little bit of dance in high school. My art teacher was an excellent dancer, and he had taught high school and college classes. The waltz it's in 3/4 time, and it is like a 3-step dance, and it originated in Austria, I think, is kind of where it came from originally, but it was from the like 1600s there in Europe, and it was one of those dances that was danced by peasants in their barns all the way up to your nobles in their castles, and it was something that everybody could dance to because it was simple, but it was also very elegant. And the concept that I'm going with, I call the Night at the Ball. So everybody's watched the movie Cinderella, or at least most of us have. You know, we grew up with the Disney version. Some of us have seen some of the other live action reproductions that have come up out in the recent years. And there's a lot of magic with that. You know, the people that pull up to the castle in their horse-drawn carriages, and the music and the orchestra. And I really wanted to depict that magic in my design on the side. So I had the two different designs. I had both the courtyard where people arrive at the castle with a view of the castle and a big fountain out front, and then the dancing inside as well, with the music swirling around the dancers on the tiled floor of the castle. So I just thought that it flowed really well with the horse. And Mystery he's a beautiful horse. He's black and everything, which I'm going to have some stars on him when I'm done. And I just think that the glow of the colors, you know, in the night where the dance would be taking place would be just excellent on him. And so far it's looking pretty good, I think.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you.
And remember, you can vote for Rebecca by going to our website. And the votes, you have to give a $5 donation for each vote. And that's all going to go money for our youth homes, which support foster children and adoptions. So you were back from last year.
Yes.
Who did you paint last year?
I painted Lainey Lanza last year, and last year's concept was Poetry in Motion was the theme, and my concept was Dawn to Dusk, the Wings of the Day. And so Lanza had those great big rainbow wings on each side of her, and she was pretty fabulous, and she looks fabulous again this year too.
Yeah. So what's different for you this year than last year? What do you notice that's different?
Well, definitely the weather for sure. It's but I'm enjoying it because it's not so hot. And you know, a few different faces this year. There's a couple of us that are returning from last year, but it's always nice to meet new people too. And well, obviously painting on a different horse. He's got a different personality, but that's kind of the fun, you know. They're just like people. They've all have their own personalities. Lanza's very secure in herself, and she's a lady, and she knows it.
Yeah.
And Mystery, he's our young guy here. He's a young buck, but he's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's been really good for me so far, but it's a lot of fun. You know, I enjoyed last year, and I really wanted to come back this year too, so we're having a good time, aren't we?
Well, thank you, Rebecca, very much. Would you like to introduce your assistant? Don't you have an assistant?
I do. My mom is, Shauna Roberts is my assistant, and I have no idea where she went. I think she's purposely hiding so she does not have to be on camera.
I understand that. We'll catch her on camera painting anyway.
Yeah, just you got to sneak up on her, though, because she's wily and she's watching.
Okay. This is the last artist that I'm going to interview for the contest. And remember, go to Dunrovin-Ranch-Montana.com, Equine Art Extravaganza, and you will find the link to where you can vote for one of these beautiful horses. And they will all appear later around 6 o'clock in our Painted Pony Parade, where we will present them again when they're completely finished. So thank you for joining me here at Dunrovin Ranch in Lolo, Montana on this kind of cloudy day, but a good day to celebrate the human-horse bond through art. I appreciate it very much, and we'll check in with you again later.
Cameraman on the left. Here we go. Come on, my guy. Here we go. Hello. Come on. No, it's from the thing and telling we're still going to say that you always have to do something to their interests there. Yeah.
We just lost another guy who got pregnant and gave notice. So.
Oh. Good. Just what? I want to get him walking. Oh.
Oh, whatever.
Thank you. Do you need anything else? So where are you from, Pearl?
Have a way with her smile, and she had a way of a like a prisoner has a way with a fire. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. She ain't going home, that's for sure. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. She ain't going home, that's for sure.
while you're finishing your salads, we'll begin our painted horse parade. And we're going to go in alphabetical order of the artists. And the first artist is Bobby Almer and her granddaughter, Hilda Hamilton. Why don't you come on up? And we need whiskey. Yeah, here we come. So, Bobby, speak into the microphone here for me, okay? This is Dances of the Flowers, and how did you come up with this inspiration? And I love the flowers, and they also gave me some.
Well, the inspiration was from my beautiful granddaughter, who plays the violin, as you've already heard. And as soon as she heard the theme for this year, she said, "Oh, it has to be Waltzes of the Flowers by Tchaikovsky." And so that's how it became. She basically helped design the whole theme and put it together, and we drew it up and sent it in.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's just lovely. And handling whiskey is Pearl O'Rourke, and she's ridden him for the last 9 years, every summer.
You see how much control I have.
So let's see both sides, Pearl.
Both sides.
Bring them around here.
There we go.
And you were here last year, Bobby.
Yes, we were.
And so you were glad to come back. You were anxious to come back.
We loved it so much. It was such a wonderful experience. Everything that you put together last year it was just beautiful. And so we thought, well, we're going to take a chance again this year. And so we were prepared not to be able to be selected.
Yeah.
But we were just thrilled to be here again.
Well, we're thrilled to have you. And I want to remind everybody that part of the fundraising effort is for you to go online and vote for your favorite horse. Go to dunrovenranchmontana.com, click on Equine Art Extravaganza, and the instructions will be there. It costs $5 to cast a vote. And again, all this money goes to our fundraising effort.
And that is such a wonderful cause that you have this year. Youth homes is just, so precious to everyone's heart here in Missoula.
They are. It's a real service to our community.
It sure is.
Well, thank you, Bobby, and thank you, Hildy. I really appreciate your playing. I appreciate you being here again this year. So, Dance of the Flowers. Pearl, out this way.
Not that way. Just the instructions.
It's a one-way street. Okay, Georgine Archer with Rocket. Where's Rocket?
Let me go back around.
I need to be closer. All right. Thank you. Can people hear me now? I need to be closer. Yeah. All right. Sorry about this. Okay. I'd like you to meet Georgine Archer and her fellow assistant, Diane. And Georgine's concept was horse waltz with gossamer wings. Georgine is a fabric artist, and you can see that depicted here. Would you like to tell us a little bit something about how this came to you, your concept, Georgine? Get nice and close.
Sure. My concept came with it was an equestrian waltz, and so my theory was to see a horse dressed in silk running through a meadow with this gossamer wings and the silk flowing. Well, you see my wings, they kind of twisted and turned, but you get the concept. So, I work with silk, and that's kind of what I wanted to portray, the gossamer feel.
And beautiful notes all on both sides of his flanks and his side. Really lovely.
Thank you. And my friend Diane did all the braiding, which is very beautiful as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Georgine. It's lovely. I didn't recognize Rocket when I saw him. That's great. Okay, Isabel Bonilla with Horse Flynn. And her concept is a solo concerto. And Isabel was born and raised in Cali, Colombia. And she really loves the vibrant colors. Where are you, Isabel? I don't see Isabel.
She just stepped out. She'll be right back.
Okay. Well, I'll talk for her, all right? She now is a horse trainer in Billings, Montana.
And she has the Cali, Colombia is kind of a center for salsa dance, which includes the waltz. Here we go. Here's Isabel.
Sorry.
Quite all right. Come on here and tell us about yourself and about the concept that you were depicting on, let's see, this is Flynn. Yeah.
Firstly, I'm super glad I got invited back for a second time because I love this place. And my concept is based on my hometown of Cali, Colombia. That's the worldwide capital of salsa music. Uh-oh. The dishes falling. It's okay, Flynn.
Okay. Yeah.
So anyway, like I was saying, my hometown is known for being very lush, very tropical, very happy people, a lot of bright colors, and the nightlife is absolutely psychedelic, and it's known, like I said, it's known worldwide for its salsa music scene. And I wanted to represent that, in a very abstract manner on a horse. So I tried to gather like the basic aspects of my culture and my hometown into just a pop of color.
Thank you very much. You were here last year as well,
ma'am.
were you not?
Mm-hmm.
And what was the difference between this year and last year?
Well, this year I actually know what I'm doing.
It's a different sort of canvas, isn't it?
Yeah, once the canvas has a mind of its own, it's kind of a different ball game. But the second time you have a kind of a more knowledge on what to expect.
Well, thank you for returning, and good luck in the contest. Remember to go online and vote. We split the proceeds of the contest with the artists, so to honor them as well. Okay, the next person we're going to introduce is Jennifer Griffin with Lanza, the lovely lady Lanza. And I have to tell you, we tied her up and she smudged her paint. You can count on Lanza to do this sort of thing. And so a little bit of the paint has been smudged. Jennifer, where are you? Come on in, Jennifer. Let's show the other side is less smudged. That's great. Yeah. She really got at it on the one side. Yeah, she sure did. And that's your theme is the angels among us.
Yeah.
Can you introduce your assistant as well?
Yes, this is Melissa Ragu.
Okay. Tell us about your inspiration.
So my title for my horse is Angels Among Us, which to tie in with the theme, I just was certified as a National Geographic educator, so I combined conservation and preservation, kind of with guardian angels that follow us all the time when we waltz in life with our guardian angels. And butterflies and horses, I think, are God's creatures. Well, we all are. You know what I mean. Like, they're the prettiest ones. And so to combine all of that together was a waltz that I love to do. So, yeah.
This is your first time.
Yes, it's my first time.
Yeah, and how did it meet your expectations?
Well, we practiced, we're from Kalispell, and my daughter rides, and so we practiced at her barn on a very old horse that didn't move for about 3 hours. So we came in with these really yahoo, we can do this. And Lady Lanza, she was a little bit of a challenge, but wonderful. She was a little itchy, as you can see, but she did a great job. And it's, as Melissa said, it's a different sort of canvas as an artist.
Yeah, lot to work with there. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much for coming, and a beautiful job. I'm sorry that she was able to rub off a little bit of it, but we got good photos before. Yeah, after the pictures, that's what counts. Okay, Rebecca, Kainan, or with Mystery. Rebecca, you were here last year.
I was.
Yes. And didn't you paint Lanza last year?
I did, and she did the exact same thing last year.
She's want to do this. Say hello to Rebecca. Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening. And let's hear about your concept, which was a night at the ball.
So I think most of us have probably seen at some point in our lives Cinderella, either the cartoon version that we all grew up with as kids, or perhaps one of the live action reenactments of it that have come in later years. And the horse being a living, breathing canvas, I really wanted to have live action and motion on the side of my horse. The ballroom, where the waltz was commonly danced, I really wanted to depict that on the one side where the dancers are with the black and white tiled floor. And on the other side, we have the dancers arriving in the courtyard via horse-drawn carriage, and you can see there's lights coming into the courtyard and then up to the brightly lit castle as they come into the dance. So that's kind of where my inspiration came from, was the movie, the magic and the motion, and I really wanted to depict that on the horse.
Very detailed.
Thank you.
Yes, it's very great. Just lovely. Looks good on a black canvas as well.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for coming. Last year you did do Lonza, did you not?
I did, yes.
Yeah. And remember, again, you can vote for your favorite horse by going online. And I appreciate your coming back.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you for inviting me back. Had a good time.
Good, thank you. Our last artist is a young lady, Sylvia Lastella, and she painted Raz with a theme of mystic forest.
You want me to talk for you?
Okay, be sure to introduce your mother, Sylvia.
Do you want to talk and introduce myself?
Okay.
Sylvia's super shy, you guys. So Sylvia's 16, so she's the youngest artist here today. So this is Sylvia's first time. Sylvia's vision for Mr. Raz, we're kind of addicted to him. We hung out with him for the 5 hours this morning painting him, and she's been painting plastic horses and horses in my ceramic studio. And so she's painted hundreds and hundreds of them, but when she found out about this opportunity here at Dunroven, she wanted, and the theme, her and I sat down and talked a little bit about what she's seen. So Sylvia's high on the autism spectrum, so she has a tendency to see colors and visions a whole lot differently than we do. He's all freaking because the dog, that's cute. So Sylvia's vision when she heard Equestrian Waltz was to paint Raz as if he was waltzing through a mystic forest, and when she thinks of mystic forest, this is how she envisions it, with the really pretty royal purples and the really pretty deep maroons and such. So this is Sylvia's vision when she heard the Equestrian Waltz was the theme.
Raz is a good horse for this color scheme, don't you think? With the black mane and tail and the lovely brown body.
So when she submitted her submission, a lot of the artists here were able to draw out theirs, and Sylvia had even though she is a drawer, she couldn't envision that with her colors. So she took a plastic brayer horse and put them all on, and we should have brought it up, it's in my car. But that's how she came up with her vision, was by painting it on. So.
And we have a photo of that painting.
Yeah, it's on the website.
It's on the website.
Yep.
And remember, again, you can vote. Don't forget to vote. Go to our website and vote often and vote for many people. I'm getting hand signals from
If you want to vote now.
Yeah, that's right. If you want to write a check, Paul is the gal to see. Thank you very much, Raz.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Christine, this one. Through the gate.
Alrighty.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys.
All right. I will reconvene you after our entrees with a few other special events. And I'll get the representative from Youth Homes in Missoula to give us a little bit of a history of their organization. Am I forgetting something?
Yeah, we're going to go.
Oh, I forgot that, yes, by all means. Okay, thank you very much, Paula. If you want to get up from your tables now, Kelly will convene all the horses in the south pasture and let them all go. Do take the wings off of Rocket. Let's wait until the wings are off of Rocket because he won't like that, okay? And it can be a really fun thing to watch those horses run, and they will roll, I'm sure.
I won't come this way.